This filter got me looking washed out as hell, but let's go. Okay, so anyway, this person, okay, they know that they left. Okay, so the last two cards that I pulled were the Two of Swords, okay, and the Four of Wands inverted, which shows me that this person who is coming back in this King of Wands energy, okay, I feel like, he's trying to come back and be the King of Wands, but I feel like, for me, I don't trust it. Okay, I'm not telling you what not to trust, but let's just continue reading, okay? Because I'm gonna leave my bias out of it. Two of Swords, Four of Wands inverted. This person know that they left you with a lot of unanswered questions. They feel like they wanted, because see the whole point. Okay, yep. Thank you, Spirit. That was the whole reason. They did it on purpose. They did it intentionally. They left you with a lot of unanswered questions, right? Because it was like, because normally this is how their game goes. Okay, they will ghost somebody, or something like that, leave you with a lot of unanswered questions, because that leaves the door open for them. Okay, that leaves the door open for them. That means you still wondering what happened. But it's like mentally tormenting you as well. And, there's no like concern for what it's doing to you emotionally, as long as it gets the reaction that it wants. The normal reaction of a person who couldn't see through this game would be to chase. And this is what they were trying to do. They was trying to get you to like flip the script, because this was a case where, I feel like this person pursued you, okay? I know that's what it was in my case, okay? This person pursued you, and then once you agreed to say, okay, let's enter into something together, then they tried to like tip the scales to make you be more invested in it than they were, okay? And they was trying to cause that by playing all of these little games, okay? And so one of the games that they played was to leave you with a lot of unanswered questions that, that the game wasn't supposed to be over. Okay. But, when they began to play these games, in some of our cases, okay, the game was over at that point, because we ain't got time for games. Okay. And so their plan was to come back and apologize. And see, this is how a narc creates this trauma bond with the victim, okay? A narc will intentionally cause this traumatic situation, and then also be the one to come back and sort of kind of save the day, because when I come back and apologize and, oh, okay, now I understand, because that's why I was not trusting this right here, okay? King of Wands energy trying to come back like, I don't want to be a player no more. I've grown up. I've matured, but I really, intuitively, I don't feel that this person has actually done the work. I think they just want to come back with a different mask on, okay? And because the game was not over for them. Okay, when they left you with the unanswered questions, that was just the beginning of the game. You were supposed to be waiting for them to come back with the answers. You were supposed to be waiting for them to give you closure. Okay, and it was like F closure. You know this game. Okay, we not new to this collective. We true to this, correct? And so what did we do? We went after our own heart's desires, and that's what you decided to focus on, and that's what your focus has remained on. Okay, until this point, which is why now a lot of your manifestations are coming to fruition, which is why you are eating. Okay, this is why you are eating. And God has prepared this table before you, and just now beginning to put, the main dishes. You ain't even seen the desserts, okay? You ain't even seen the drinks, honey. You have not seen, the best part. The best is yet to come, because instead of focusing on this person, because, you know what I'm saying, this person was like, in whatever way they wanted you to fight for their attention. Okay, but if you are a divine being like me, you said F your attention. Okay, and you turn your attention towards your heart's desires because you know that your energy flows where your attention goes. Okay, and you knew that this person wanted your energy, and this was their malicious way of trying to siphon it, and you was like, not today, Satan. Okay, and so you focused on your heart's desires, and that's why God is giving it to you right now, because you passed that test, baby. You mastered that level of the game. Okay, and they just mad. They are angry. Okay, wanting you to come back to the past. Okay, the past is over and done with, sweetheart. We are on a new and higher timeline. Okay, welcome to 2026, my people, into the new version of you. And I feel like, for a lot of you, the new version of you is not what you expected it to be. You thought you was going to be more when we felt that we, let me speak on myself. When I felt that I would be getting closer to God and my more perfected version, I hadn't thought about the integration of my shadow, right? And so I felt like I was going to be more angelic, and I'm saying that I'm not more angelic, because Michael is not, ain't no gentle angel. And so I wasn't that type of angel, okay, or that type of whatever God was creating, right? The angel of strength is like, the angel of strength is not like the martyr that Jesus was. The angel of strength is like the Lion of Judah, okay? The lioness in this case, okay? The lioness of Judah, okay? Why? Because okay, I gotta hurry up because my battery is about to die on my phone. But it was time for the scales to be balanced, okay? And because these people had worked together, okay, as a group towards you. Show me clarify this. Clarify this Three of Pentacles. Clarify this Three of Pentacles. All these, okay. So this was you and this person. You were meant to be. This was destined lovers, okay? Something that was written in the stars that ended up turning into a nightmare, a beautiful dream, okay? That became a nightmare, okay? Sweet dream that became a horrible nightmare, okay? Somebody poured out your cup, so you offered someone your whole heart, collective, and that person turned around and poured it out, okay? Like it was nothing, okay? Poured it out, okay, and continued to build on whatever they had already been doing. So it's like, you came in the middle of something that they already had going on or whatever, and it was like they just continued on with their life, like as if, they used you, or your love wasn't worth anything. They threw it away. Yes. And so therefore, this is why you walked away. Okay, and so if this is your story, then this is your reading. That person now is regretting all of that because they have an epiphany. Oh, okay, and because they are under judgment, that person is going through karma right now. Okay. Yes, crying out to God and trying to realign with their higher self because, this is the person right here, okay? And this is their higher self that you had connected with. You guys were on a higher plane when you were together because where two or more are gathered in the name of love, which is God, God is there in the midst. So this person's higher self was connecting with you, and this person, is in alignment with the lower version of themselves. Because instead of moving forward into the present with you like they were supposed to, Divine Collective, this person decided to continue on the path that they were already on, which was leading to nowhere. It was a circle. Okay, and I feel like I'm done because I'm on it. That's the end. Okay, I'm just going to leave it right there because I was not expecting to see nothing on the bottom of the deck. I think that story is over. I'll see y'all in the next reading. Let me know what y'all think about this and how it resonates. Okay, and make sure you also subscribe to Intuition Unraveled on YouTube. I'll see y'all in the next reading. Peace.